welcome you. We're going to open our program today with thunderscapes. You're going to hear thunder. You're going to hear the sounds of lightning and a storm. This group sitting on the stage, I was telling them before the curtain opened, this is my 16th year at Swain High School. And thank you. This group of students has changed my life. And I really, when you hear them play, you're going to know I'm not just saying that. This group of students is amazing. So we're going to open, we're just not going to hold back. Our first piece is called Thunderscape. The next piece, we're going to switch gears for a second. This piece was commissioned for a man. The next piece is called Joyful Wing. And it was commissioned for a man named Dan Summerlin, who was a beloved figure in a town outside of Chattanooga. Dan had two sons who played the trumpet and the trombone. The band director that was telling the story about Dan writes that the boys that played trumpet and trombone would come home and they would ask for saxophone music. And they were taken at home so that their dad would play with them. Their dad played sax. When the boys were juniors in high school, their father Dan passed away after a long battle with cancer. So you're going to hear in this piece, they wanted to compose a piece of music in memory of Dan. And when I was telling the story to the students, they were saying, why are you always trying to depress us? And every time, and I said, you know, here's the thing. When there's tragedy, and even when there's great joy, a lot of times music says things that words can't. Now, we have some amazing, in this school, English teachers that, man, they can make expressive forms of communication with amazing words. I'm not one of those people. And sometimes it just takes a piece of music to really express what needs to be said or felt. So in this, you're going to hear the beginning. The composer combined two hymns. The first hymn you're going to hear is there's some sadness and there's some struggle with Dan as he fought for his life. And then you're going to see the end is a piece, Nearer My God to Thee. And it goes into that to represent that is where Dan is going. And that is how Dan is ending his life. This piece we would like to play in memory. I didn't know Dan, but I know there's a lot of Dans in our world today, and families of Dans in our world today. So this next piece is total opposite, and it is called Joyful Wing by Michael Swain. cooperate for just a second and do some recognitions for our awards here for high schoolers. We had 3 high school all-district participants who would like to recognize. If they would please stand: Rhea Dingle, Avery Maples, and Allison Scheid. If you could give them a hand, please. We also want to recognize our Far West Honor Band participants. And I think the easiest thing we'll probably do, let's have you stand and then we'll collect these at the end, because there's several of you. We'll show them having a lot. Yeah. So if you could stand: Rhea Dingle, Avery Maples, Allison Scheid, Ethan James, Zane Green, Summer Davis, Emily Wilkie, Walker Weidman, Jonah Edwards, Jackson Payne McCullough, Becca Lambert, Davin Mask, James Posey, Hunter Ball, Jacob Dumford. If you could give them a hand, please. Thank you, guys. You can sit. Every year we give an award for an outstanding player in each class. This is tough to pick when you have multiple students in each grade that are going above and beyond. So our freshman award, I'm also going to give her All-State plaque, because she made All-State, and this is an incredible feat because she's competing. She has to be in the top 6 in the district. There are over 80 clarinets registered. She was in the top 3, is that right? Yeah, top 4. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, and she went on to audition and made All-State. So our freshman award goes to Avery Maples. Our sophomore award goes to, and I have to explain to you about all-district. It's very hard to make it on any instrument, but when I tell you it's hard to make it on flute, I can't even begin to describe, because there are, again, over 80 or 90 students auditioning for 10 spots. And most of these students have private lessons and are in private studios. And Rhea was in like the top 8. So our outstanding sophomore goes to Rhea Dingle. Junior award goes to a young lady who, I will give you an example. This afternoon, I said, okay, I need this and this and this. Here's the instructions. Oh wait, I need this and this and this. Oh wait, come back. I need this and this and this. And she absolutely goes above and beyond. Band worked her tail off all year long, and which is why we're super proud to announce that she's going to be a co-drum major with Summer. So our junior award goes to Becca Lambert. We have multiple awards here at the end. The senior award, this is a toughie because we have some pretty amazing seniors, and I went back and forth, and I have to tell you, I'm going to tell a little bit about her speech. But in the senior award, this is a player who in the fall was with us, and absolutely just her leadership skills were incredible as freshmen came in. And fall concert band, you got to figure out how does concert band work with a higher level, and what is this like, and it's a tough transition. And Savannah Kluwer absolutely was hands down probably one of the greatest assets having her in that fall concert band class. So our senior award goes to Savannah Kluwer. Percussion award. This is also a toughie because we have some incredible drummers. This stuck out to me because I threw drum set music at this guy at the beginning of the year, and I said, take this home. And he did. And he practiced. And he practiced. And I said, here, do this, take it home, come back, and you need to know how to play it. And he does. And it's incredible. And I think the Outstanding Percussion Award this year, I'm super proud to announce it, is to Zane Green. Multiple volunteer awards, and one of the high schoolers that stood out the most, if you know anything about marching band uniforms, man, I just don't even know what to say. If you could see the uniform room after a football game, it is like a disaster area. And Ethan James has worked tirelessly to keep this room intact and our uniforms intact and bow ties in place and shoes in place. And he has done a phenomenal job. And whatever you need, he is there. So our volunteer award goes to Ethan James. The Arion Foundation Award it's a biggie of what does it mean to be a quality leader? What is it that we want to embody? What do we want the face of the band to look like? And there is no other person that I can say that I would want the face of the band to look like, because Jack has been, and I will talk about him later, but Jack has been dedicated year in and year out, and is someone that other people respect, not by things that he necessarily has to go out and say. It's just the way his character, the way he lives, and the way he lives day to day, and students respect him for that, and his demeanor and his interaction. So our Arion Award goes to Jack Cooper. For just a moment, I want to invite Sherry Wright up to recognize our color guard members. And then we will proceed.
Hey, what a great night. It's always bittersweet, and it just is. That's all I'm going to say. If you're here, I'd like to recognize the color guard members. Madison Dixon, come down and get a certificate. Samantha Birchfield, Bianca Farewell, Riley Farmer, Karina Bryant, Alyssa Shiver, Zoe Anglin, Michaela Yakuzo, Michaela, Maggie Hoke, Shira Dickerson, Lacey Jennings, and JC Mitchell. We had a great season, and I'm looking for another great season.
All right, our next piece is Queen in Concert. At this time, we're going to give them a little bit of a chop break. We're going to let some of our students here set up. We're going to do a jazz band piece for you. And on your program it says spinning wheel, but we've changed that. Instead, we're going to play some Sweet Caroline for you. So, and we're going to let them set that up. Is Miss May? Miss May, are you around? I wanted to invite her down. We kind of moved just a little bit to speak just a moment about the stuff that the art students here at Swain High have been up to.
It's great to be here tonight. I'm always impressed, but this group is so amazing. I've been hearing them rehearse down the hallway for a while, and I'm really thrilled to be hearing them perform. I am the visual arts teacher here at Swain, and I want to invite you all to please take a look at the exhibit in the gallery after this performance and show. Most of the works are by the art 2 and 3 level students. Some beginning artists are represented as well. But I've shared this evening over the years with the band, but it is really a majority band attendance for our audience, and I appreciate your support over the years. I think I've figured out that my students are the ones who really don't want to be up in front of people, and that's one of the qualities of the visual artist. They kind of want to be in their own little world, expressing themselves in a different way. And I have, over the last few years, given them more and more choice about what they create. And I think the show in the gallery is a strong expression of their passions and their interests. So please take time to look and make sure you go around the corners. There is some amazing pieces around the corner in the gallery as well. And again, thank you all for supporting the arts in all its forms here at Swain High.
So now a little bit of a stage change. I'm really excited to be teaching a guitar class here at Swain High School, a beginner class, and I've already had people say, hey, when is guitar too? So it was really nice to kind of show off what the class in the fall semester did, and so now we have second semester. So while guitar class is kind of setting up, we're going to give our band students a chop break. We have the, as always, senior slideshow. So we're going to get to see Lily and Jesse and Aubrey and Jack and Jake, Joey, I can't speak, and Savannah. You're going to get to see them from middle school. Yes, I found middle school photos. They were not happy, but, you know, that's life. So we're going to let you enjoy that while the guitar's setting up. waiting for somebody to yell Freebird randomly. So give us just one moment to kind of get the stage settled back for a minute. Can we give it up for those guitar players again? Rock on, guitar players. Thank you for your patience for that. Ghost Fleet is the title of our next piece. It is a nickname for the James River Reserve Fleet, a group of several dozen decommissioned warships anchored in the James River. The music represents the spirit of these ships as the ghostly fleet breaks free, returns to the high sea in former days of glory. Please help me welcome, this piece was rehearsed by Mr. Tim Sell, so please help me welcome him and as they perform Ghost Fleet. like to ask our seniors, if you are in the auditorium or on the stage, we call your name just to stand up so that everybody knows who you are. Savannah Kluwer, Jack Cooper, Aubrey Green, Joey King, Jesse Richards, and Lily Richards. Can we give these folks a hand, please? It's tradition that we always, they never have to do or say anything, but we give them the opportunity to kind of share what band has meant to them or to give a farewell to the group, and we always open that up to our senior band members. So if any of you would like to do that, we're going to invite you up, and if you don't, that's okay.
I'm going to try and keep this lighthearted because crying makes me uncomfortable and Miss Williams is very prone to cry on these occasions. I had a few things bulleted out, but I forgot to print it before I came. So, I've been in band a long time, from 6th grade to now in concert band, and 7th grade to now in marching band. It's been a really, really long time. Originally, when I first started, I chose French horn. The decision happened before I got to middle school. I watched my sister in marching band, and I saw a mellophone, and I thought they looked cool. And I wanted to play that, but I found out mellophones don't play in concert band. It's just the marching version of the French horn, so I decided to play French horn. Throughout the years, I tried to get Miss Williams to let me play other instruments. Those included bass clarinet, soprano saxophone, percussion. I did play trumpet in jazz band because I convinced her to let me do it because I had an adapter that I ended up not using. I just used a trumpet mouthpiece. In this high school years in band have been really good. Freshman year, I don't remember. Sophomore year, we went to Hawaii. My chaperone was Mr. Clapsaddle, and my group was me, Seth Ledford, and Asai Myers, who had been in band with me since 6th grade. And there was one day in particular that was pretty great. Mr. Clapsaddle took us to the zoo, but he wanted to make sure it was a good zoo, so he let us climb a tree outside while he went into the zoo. And he came back and said it wasn't good, so we left. Junior year was my first year as drum major. That was pretty stressful. It was also the year that I was the only junior, I think. And I became good friends with Tim. He's an interesting man. We had a lot of conversations on the bus, mostly talking crap about other people, but it was a good time. And then this year, I was co-drum majors with Summer. Still stressful, still didn't know what I was doing, but it was a lot of fun. Jesse came back, so I was not alone. And yeah, there's a few things I want to say to the people in band. Jacob, you've made this year extremely interesting. Yesterday, or the day before, Jacob forced a ring onto my finger and said we were engaged. I didn't wear it tonight because it was a zip tie and it stabbed my finger. He was upset about that. To whoever sits next to Jacob next year, be prepared to be constantly told that people don't love you, including anyone that you happen to look at in class. My mom, he told me she didn't love me. And he repeatedly told me about his after-school life, which included going to prison, being a Gucci gangster, and several other things that I don't want to repeat because they were too traumatizing. Another person I'd like to thank is Jeffrey. Throughout the year, I got to watch Jeffrey play percussion, and Jeffrey clearly has anger issues. He's very aggressive, but he's also very good, so, you know, it's been a good time. I do agree with Miss Williams that this year has probably been the best year for concert band. It's been my favorite year. We did a lot of good things. I wasn't the only horn. That was a change. In 6th grade, and maybe 7th, there was 2 French horns. And then from there on out, I was the only horn. That led to Miss Williams forgetting there was a horn section. That included telling the saxophones to play a part that we also had, telling the low brass to play a part that we also had, but never telling us to play. So we got a lot of breaks over the years. It was also a good time. Miss Williams, thank you for a good time. You have been a great inspiration, a great teacher. I'm still a little upset I didn't get to play bass clarinet even after I found one in the closet and proved it worked. I went into her office and tried to play it. I had never played a woodwind instrument before, so that was very interesting. But yes, all I have left to say is just watch Jacob. He's terrifying sometimes, but I do love him. He's great. And Jacob, don't be afraid to play without me. Every time I've offered to let you play alone this year, you've screamed no at me. So good luck to you all next year. I know me leaving is going to just destroy the band. And I expect tears from everyone, especially Jacob. Probably not Jeffrey. There's seriously some anger issues there. Thank you.
And thanks. I didn't come prepared with anything to say. I just kind of decided back there in the drums. But I really love this band. And I haven't been playing for long, 2 whole semesters. Both fall concert band. Started last year, and no intentions of playing on stage. And I was just practicing by myself. It was a class of 3 people, maybe. And Miss Williams needed a part filled and asked me to fill it. And I said yes, because I don't say no to many things. Good or bad thing, I don't know. But I found that I really enjoy this kind of lifestyle, playing music on stage. And I really enjoyed these people. Shout out to my percussion people. They really helped me get through the day. I always look forward to band. It's my last class of the day. No matter how bad my day is, I can bring it back and it'll be a good day at the end of the day because of these guys. And I just want to say I love you guys.
Hey everyone, I'm Lily, and I've been in concert band since I was in 6th grade. When I first joined band, I was weirdly drawn to the trombone. I know, right? I played the trombone. Little me. You might have thought that I would have picked some other instrument, perhaps something smaller, like a flute or clarinet. But no, I picked the trombone, one of the largest instruments, and if I'm being honest, I definitely was not good when I first started. If you don't know, the trombone is a low brass instrument, meaning that you usually play very low notes. I, however, could not play low notes when I first started, and it was impossible for me to do it. I was so bad, Miss Williams pulled me over after class one day and asked me if I wanted to switch to the flute or keep trying at the trombone. Oh, it happened. I obviously told her no, and kind of hesitant. She was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you got this. A couple weeks go by, and I'm still bad until one Monday I come into class and I'm sick. I have an awful cold. Literally can't breathe, and somehow I miraculously play a low note. You know when Miss Williams gets really excited and her mouth opens really wide and she goes yes, 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 yes. So yeah, that's what happened when I played a low note for the first time. Still don't know how I did it. Throughout the years, I have not only watched this band program grow, but my section as well. When I started band, I was the only trombone. Now there are 5 of us, and I really think it should cap off there. No more. But in all seriousness, during my years in band, I watched us be the first middle school class from Swain get straight 1s at MPA. I've been able to fly to Hawaii and participate in the mass band at the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And this year I've watched this band class enter into grade 4 at MPA and score straight 1s for the first time in a number of years. But all of this would not be possible if we didn't have a kind of crazy, extremely passionate and loving band teacher. Miss Williams, you have pushed your students to be the best they can be because you believe in them so much. I'll miss your motivational speeches, all of the laughs in class, you yelling at Ethan when he says something dumb, but most importantly, I'll miss you. So thanks for being one of the best teachers that I've ever had, and thank you for believing in me. I love you so much.
play the flute. It got handed to me. And I was like, here, try it. And that's what I played. I tried to get the freshmen under control last semester. I made a lot of friends, which was nice. They're crazy. You don't know. Like Lily said, we went to MPA, got ones, and I went to Disney this year with the band, which was really nice. Made a lot of new friends, got to know people a lot better, and I'm gonna miss Miss Williams' faces that no one else sees when she's conducting. No one sees them, and they can be scary. Yeah, that's about it, but I'm gonna miss everybody in this band. I made a lot of close friends.
Thank you so much.
Oh, here it is. I'm Jessie. I didn't get to take concert band this semester, which is really sad, but I was in marching band. So I'd like to start by thanking Miss Williams. Her commitment to this program and leadership in all its achievements is truly commendable. So being able to grow and learn under such an incredible woman and educator has truly been a gift. This program as a whole has really done so much for me. I've been in it since 6th grade. Band has presented me with a community where I've been able to grow and a place where I've been able to go and feel comfortable throughout my adolescent years. So for that, I thank the current and past members of this band program. The current group does not only have talented musicians, but genuinely good people, and I'm so lucky to be able to do marching band with them this year. So I've been watching seniors come up and give these parting speeches for years, but I never really realized it'd be me up here. So with that, I advise every current member of the band to cherish their time in this program, because I know this is incredibly cliche, but you'll be up here hopefully giving a better speech than this, but as soon as you know it. So again, thank you to Ms. Williams for building this incredible program, and thank you to Tim for how he's undeniably enriched and advanced this program. Also for the unintentional and comedic relief at practice, that's been good. It has truly been an honor to be a part of this program, and I wish you all success in the years to come. Thank you.
So, I am Aubrey. This is my last year in high school. I'm going to be graduating. But all the old band members I actually remembered is Summer, and every the old band members I especially know is Jacob. The new band members who is here, and he is a big, of course, big brother of Legolas is Andre Andy, who's been part of my life, but I want to say to Miss Williams, she has an incredible, remarkable for me, and since I was in the band, I was their manager, and I just really came out, and I just really loved her before I first met her, and since that time, and of course, my good old buddy who's the father of Mr. Sell, who is Tim Sell. Of course, I gotta get white trash. Because I love him. And and I want to make a shout out to my brother Zane. He been but he plus I can't call him my little brother anymore because he's my big brother. So being in band with you was awesome. You play the drums, make me want to cry. Of course, make mommy cry too. So you've been part of my life. I remember I holding you and saying I love you, but you don't even love me because you're so, I don't know. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you. always bittersweet because we know a time is coming to a close that we say goodbye to another class of students. This particular class has special meaning as they were the first in middle school program, as they mentioned, that I've ever worked with to receive the highest marks at MPA. And I remember taking pictures of dancing hippos on the chalkboard. I remember every day coming up with new analogies, and they would eat it up. They did it. Okay, what are you saying? Let's do it. And they worked and they applied it. And they had results, and it was incredible. This group of students has had various journeys to the band program. Jack Cooper was brilliant from day one. As a 7th grader, he jumped into marching band with ease. Never complained when I asked him to replace the French horn string every single day because it broke every single day. And if I recall, he had one lesson the week before all district band in 8th grade, and he made it. That's how smart Jack was. And through the ups and downs of marching band, he stuck with it, being a leader. He was the only one. All his friends were pursuing other things. He's like, nope, I'm staying. I like this. And he was a leader, and people respected him because of his work ethic. You wouldn't know it at first to meet Jessie Richards, but she's really salty. I don't know if you know Jessie. Jessie's salty. I love to sit and listen to her talk, especially during all district lessons at middle school. I'm telling you, as a middle schooler, she had better ideas about the world than politicians did. And it's no matter what the situation, Jessie always remains positive and just works hard. I will never forget her 8th grade moving up speech that brought me to tears. I sat in that gym, Jessie, and I remember that moment of you talking about what was important to you, and you talked about band, and I just sat there and boo-hooed. It was a beautiful moment that I will never forget. Her sister, Lily Richards, she has a salty side too, but she hides it better. If you know either of them, you know that I'm right. My favorite memories of Lily, she did allude to, include watching her try to reach all of the slide positions on the trombone. Because here's the problem. Trombone, here are the notes. Well, C is longer than her arms would let it be. So she couldn't reach it. To this day, I have a guest conductor friend of mine who, he comes in every year and he still asks me, is that little trombone player in the back, are you making her play loud? And I say, yes, I am. Lily had no problem with the trombone because she accomplishes whatever it is she sets out to do. And those of you that know Lily know that's true. Savannah Kluwer has been with us in concert band since 6th grade. And now in her senior year, she was a natural leader within the flute section during the fall. She was my rock and definitely someone freshman players could look up to. And even though she rolls her eyes at me every day in guitar class, I know that means she's learning. Because guitar is not her favorite thing. So that's, it's a good thing. I'm thankful that she stuck with us for so long because speaking from personal experience, she always makes my day better. I met a young lady named Aubrey. You guys heard Aubrey, and you have to know this joke. I'm going to tell you what, this band program has absolutely exploded with energy and excitement because of Tim Sale. Tim Sale brings an element that I absolutely do not possess. He has a way with students to joke and to laugh, and middle school students love him. And he's a good teacher. And so he jokes with them in ways. That's where the kind of the trash thing came in with Aubrey. And they have all these jokes, and I love it. And they called, a few years back, her parents called and said, hey, we have an idea. Do you need a runner for the band? And I was like, yeah, this will be great. And the rest is history. Aubrey's done a lot of traveling with us, ball games, contests. She's shed many tears being out in the sunshine. Miss Williams said, no, son, no. And I would say, get out there, get your chair, go, go. And she did whatever we needed her to do. And she's taught me so much through her singing, her dancing, but most of all, her perseverance. Aubrey, I'm thankful that your parents shared you with us for marching band. I love starting every day with you in your music appreciation. Knowing you has made my life better. I really mean that, Aubrey. Then there was a kid I met during his junior year named Joey King. Here's how I knew Joey King. High School Musical, there was a kid in the back that every show went like this. Creme brulee! And that's how I knew Joey King. So he signed up for concert band, and I saw his name, and I said, wait a minute, that's Creme brulee kid. I want him. I want Creme brulee kid. So he came in, I said, what do you play? And he's like, well, I play guitar. And I said, okay, cool. So I worked on bass guitar, so he's a good guitar player. And I said, what do you think of drums? And he said, I don't know. And I said, well, let's try it. And the rest is history, as you can see back there. Not only did Joey become an instant percussionist, but traveled to Charlotte with us, competed with us, shared that he really liked this band stuff. I just wish we'd have snatched you up before your junior year. The thing about instrumental ensembles that you see on stage is it's a living, breathing thing. And whether it's marching band or concert band, each individual person, they're what makes it. So each person brings something that creates. This ensemble on this stage I know is very unique. And I know that there will be not another one like it. It may be near it or similar, but there won't be that same ensemble. And for them, the magic of music is that they're part of something bigger than them. It's creating more than just them. Seniors, each of you have left your mark, and you will travel on to be parts of other beautiful and bigger things. And we want you to know how much we love, appreciate, and respect the part and the role that you played here in Swain County. Can we give another applause to our seniors? Before we do our final piece today, we want to give our thanks. Our band program is, I look back to my very first year, and I thank God for all the blessings 16 years later. I truly mean that. I know Jack said I would cry. Okay, whatever. But it's because of the band parents that are passionate. It's because of our booster organization. It's because of the support of administration from every level. Okay, one second. And then, and two, I want to throw out a shout out to Sonia Blankenship. She came and showed up here at 10 o'clock at night to help us get to Disney and check luggage. We appreciate you for that, Sonia. We want to thank Rachel Lackey for helping us with the facility. Dora May, you and the teachers here at Swain High School, you're amazing. Tim Sale and Sherry Wright, you are my family. You absolutely embody everything. We could not do this without you. And today is Harley Hyatt's birthday. If you don't know that, make sure you tell her before she leaves. And I do want to give a little shout out. We wanted to give the band parents a night off. So my mom helped me with food, and she cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked. So thank you so much to my mother for, they're still band parents, right? You know, you're 40 years old and your parents are still bailing you out and helping you do things. So before I introduce this next piece, I think we have some boosters really quick. I'll let them come up. Sorry.
Thank you, Karen. I'm just going to insert myself into the program. Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Posey. I'm the treasurer of the Band Boosters. This is Raleigh James. He's our vice president. And before this evening came to a close, just on behalf of the band boosters, the officers, the other officers, and all the band boosters, I just really want to thank this woman right here, Karen Williams, and Mr. Sale, Tim Sale, come on out, and of course, Sherry Wright. We would be remiss without thanking them. And it is Teacher Appreciation Week too, so this is, yes, this is perfect. But, they love our kids and we love them. Thank you.
Our last piece of the night is entitled Great Wall. It begins with the Mongol attacks. You hear the war drums. We're talking about the Great Wall of China, the aftermath of the war. There's peacetime in the music, and then at the end, the empire is victorious, in which the spirited Chinese army meets with the new attack with vigor. So our last piece of this evening is Great Wall, and thank you so much for coming out and supporting our students.